Having bees is super beneficial to your long-term game. So I'm going to show you how you can get some hives for your base. You'll find beehives in abandoned wooden structures in the meadows. If we take a look inside this hut, we will notice a large hive hanging in the corner. The best way to get these down is with a bow and arrow. When I shoot the hive, it'll explode and release a swarm of bees. If you walk into the swarm, like I just did, you will temporarily be poisoned. That being said, it's best to wait until the bee cloud clears so you can safely pick up the honey and queen bee. Once we pick up those items, we can go back to our base and make a beehive. I put mine on log poles for aesthetic, but you can place them directly on the ground if you'd prefer. I'd also like to note that bees can only survive in the meadows, black forest, and plains biomes. If you put them in a different biome, you will most likely get a note when clicking on the hive saying that the bees are angry, and they will not produce any honey for you. They will also not produce any honey if they are too crowded and have more than 60% of cover. So, for instance, if you get too fancy with your beehive setup and put them in boxes or something, you will probably get a note saying that they need more space, and they will also not produce any honey in this instance. All that being said, after you construct a new hive, it's generally a good practice to make sure that you are getting the bees are happy note, because that means they will continue to produce honey for you. Honey can be used to make foods or meads. Almost every single mead on here takes honey to craft, which makes sense because mead is basically a honey wine. So I'll make a quick mead to show you how it's done, but this will take 2 in-game days. One other side note I'd like to make that I forgot to mention earlier: when it's raining or nighttime, you will get a note when clicking on the hive saying the bees are sleeping. This does not stop honey production, so it is nothing to worry about. But back to the mead. I'm going to craft the tasty mead for the sake of simplicity. We will use our mead kettle to craft the mead base, and then we'll walk it on over to our fermenter, where it'll sit for 2 days. In these 2 days, feel free to sleep, do stuff around the base, go on adventures. Once those 2 days are up, we can tap our fermenter, and out will come 6 new meads, which we can either toss in a bin or put on a display shelf. I am going to put them on a display shelf because I have this really cute bar area, and recently we have used quite a few meads from it, so it's a bit lacking. So we're going to pop those on up there. One other thing I wanted to mention too is beehives take 20 minutes of gameplay to produce honey, and if you choose to sleep, it will accelerate that time also, similar to the fermenter. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope this helped.